Well, there's a whole mess of ways you can go camping. Sometimes you want to do some winter camping. Sometimes you want to float down the river. And other times you want to head deep into the Appalachian Mountains with a bag full of questionable gear from Temu. Well, that's what old Sam decided to do on just this occasion. And it appears he was just happy as a clam to be out on the trail already. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Sam wanted me to make sure you know he hopes you enjoy the video.
Woo! What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am going to be spending the night out in a remote and beautiful part of the Appalachian Mountains. To make this trip a little more interesting, I have my best Temu gear loadout with me. Done several Temu videos. People seem to really love them. At this point, I got so much Temu stuff that I have what I think is a pretty slick setup. These are all items that I feel are worthy of more serious backcountry backpacking. Temu was nice enough to sponsor the video, and they are passing along a savings to all of my viewers. If you use my promo code right here, you can get a $100 coupon bundle. All of the key items in my backpack are from Temu, even the backpack itself. I'm going to walk you through every single item, what I've got, when I get set up, and no matter what, we're going to have ourselves a absolutely wonderful camp out. Having said all of that, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. So yes, I'm extremely confident in the gear that I'm carrying, at least my camping gear, but I do have a little bit of some concerns already. One big concern that I have is availability of water. I actually hiked out here with trail runners instead of boots because the description I read for this trail warned that you're going to have to cross a river. And to cross a river in waterproof boots is usually a huge pain in the butt because you have to take them off. If waterproof boots get water logged, meaning water on the inside, it takes a really long time for them to dry out, as opposed to trail runners, they dry out quick. But yeah, so far there's no water, and I'm gonna need water. I need to drink water, and my food requires water. I need water for my breakfast, etc. So hopefully we're gonna find ourselves some water. All right, so I was coming from this way, and then you see the kind of trail just sort of continues over here, and that is the main trail there. And if you're not looking for it and you got your head in the clouds, it might be easy to miss. That is the little side trail, and that's going to take us to our destination. It's crazy. This is such a tight little windy little piece of forest. Like, I don't know if the camera is really doing it justice, but I am squeezed in here so tight. It's kind of ridiculous. So far, I have passed a number of pretty nice campsites. Not super remarkable or anything, but I haven't seen a single camper. I passed one small group that was leaving on my way in. I don't want to get too excited and too ahead of myself, but there's a possibility that I could have this site all to myself. Okay, and it's starting to open up here. I'm gonna see what we're working with. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Wow. Back that way, there's a dad and a son, and they got the campsite that's basically like the closest to it. And I can camp up here, you know, it's people are used to being around other campers and stuff, but I have to get that water. I could have hiked a bunch of water in, but that would have been really heavy, and the trail description was telling me to look out for river crossings. So we'll see. I'm gonna head back out here because I got to go this way anyway, and we'll just see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I might just continue pushing on down the trail, or I might just leave my stuff up here and empty out my whole backpack and go down and get the water. But I got a feeling that I'm gonna have to go down a really, really steep decline, and then I'm not gonna want to come back up. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get out here, back out into the open a bit, and go through my stuff. Just sit down, take a break, and just think for a second, and we'll figure it out. Yeah, so eyeballing it, it seemed like it was probably like 2 miles to that creek. I'm not positive about that distance, but I can hoof that pretty quick if I were to leave all my stuff there, go get water, and then come back. But even with a quick pace like that, 2 miles there, 2 miles back, then turn around tomorrow and do the whole 2 miles again, I just didn't feel like it. So I am heading over to the creek, and we're gonna camp some more kind of over there. I don't know, the camera never picks it up, but this decline that I'm going down is pretty steep and feels fine now, but going back the other way would definitely suck. So yeah, I came out here to see a loop, and I'm sure we'll find a nice camp spot down here in the valley. Okay, well, we got ourselves a tiny little stream here, and technically I could collect some water from here, although it'd be a little challenging. It is good to know if I don't find anything else. So that is pretty cool, huh? Check that out. You got to go down in there to get to it, but once you get back up here, check this out. It's a nifty little campsite right there. That's pretty cool. So this right here is a little stream and plenty of water, and heads on over there to a little kind of a little waterfall-y deal, like a little babbling brook. Okay, yeah, so you cross this bridge and then come right around here to the little nook, and that'll do us. That will do us for the night. We got the stream right there. This is perfect. This is gonna make an excellent spot for the night. This fire pit, if you want to call it that, is not very substantial. So I'm gonna kind of build that up a little bit more, I think. I got to get my tent set up here, and yeah. Oh, got to make dinner, and definitely got to filter some water because I'm definitely starting to get thirsty at this point. So got a few things in front of us that we got to do. But before I do any of that, I've got to take a little nip off of the old banana flask. Woo! That is some good old-fashioned monkey shoulder like we always like to do on the channel. All right, everybody, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, this is item number 1 on the list. This is tent that I have used in a couple of Temu themed videos. The most recent one where I used it, I woke up in a couple of inches of standing water. It was crazy. I was like I was on a waterbed, basically. And I had this tent, and yes, it's a little bulky, but it is really lightweight. The poles could be a little lighter. They're a little heavy, but because the tent itself is so light, this tent works out well. I really like this tent, and for the price, I think it's a really good piece of gear. Donatello. Now this tent does come with a rain fly as well. I used it in the past. It forms a really, really nice vestibule. But for tonight, there's 0% chance of rain. We might just camp in it like this. We'll see. I'm gonna set it up like this and we'll see how we feel when it gets time to actually go to bed. Next on the list here is this closed cell foam pad. I think that an air mattress is essential to getting a quality night's sleep out in the back country, but I've had high-end ones fail on me, so I try to never go backpacking without a mat like this. It has a variety of uses. You can lay it out and organize all your gear when you're packing for the morning. Also very useful. You can do kind of like a makeshift chair. And that's pretty reasonably comfortable. I do not mind that. Oh, it's good on the old back. Just taking a quick break and gathering up some firewood because I want to at least get something started before it gets completely dark. All right, so I do have some little fire starters that I like to use to get my fire going. However, people did leave some trash in the fire pit. So I'm going to go ahead and have a nice healthy fire and try to burn that up as much as possible. But let's see if I can use these instructions for someone's chair to get my fire going. For our next item, this is my sleeping pad. I don't even remember if it was branded, to be honest, but I like it. It's not going to produce a tremendous amount of warmth, but I've camped out with it in pretty cold temperatures. It was in the winter, but it wasn't snow. But it was still pretty chilly. It was, we got down to like high 30s, low 40s. It's got like a little kind of a dimply pattern, and then it's also got a built-in pillow. So that's really nice, so I don't have a pillow. It does have a little foot pump, and it does work. I used it before. It works fine with a little pad blower-upper dealie if you have one. Otherwise, I just blow into it, and that works pretty good too. So this is from Nature Hike. I would say it's basically like a sleeping, it's like a summer sleeping bag. That's what I would say. I wouldn't use it too much outside of summer, late spring, early fall. Depends on the temperatures where you're at. This thing has a comfort rating of 59 degrees. I'm sure that you could sleep in it a little below that and be fine. But, you want to be comfortable. That's what it's all about, right? The cool thing about this is like it is so super small. I mean, look at how small that is. I do have a big head, but I've camped with this thing a couple of times. It's warm enough. It's very comfortable, and it it did the job for what I needed it to do. Yeah, Nature Hike, great brand. I've been a fan of Nature Hike for quite some time. Typically, you would sleep with your head over on this end, because this is like the wider end, and then it tapers down a little bit lower, or a little bit narrower here. However, there is a little bit of a slant going this way, so I prefer my head to be higher, and there's only a door on one side. So that is one strike against this tent here. Next on the list here is this cook set from Boundless Voyage. I really like this thing. Comes with a little mesh carrying case, and then the lid is also like a little cup At least that's how I use it. I guess you could use that as a tiny frying pan if you wanted to. And then that's the cook set. It's titanium, nothing too fancy, but the handles kind of wrap around so they're flush with the pot. It's nice. It's super lightweight. And then the cup fits on there just like that to make a lid. And then I don't have to filter this water because I'm going to boil it. So I just try to get as little sediment in there as possible. Alright, this place is crawling with mice. I've already seen like 3 of them. They are just really aggressively trying to get into my food. I thought I'd be able to eat dinner first, but that's not going to happen. So I'm going to have to get anything that is a scented item, which I was going to have to do anyhow. And I'm going to get that just hung on a tree next to me. That way, it's at least off the ground for the mice, and then later I'll take that and I'll hang it so that the bears can't get to it. I've been experimenting with kind of trying to make my own dehydrated meals. This is a whole bunch of mashed potatoes, like a whole packet of instant mashed potatoes, some crispy onion straws in a little bag, and then some bacon bits. A little baggie of Colby Jack cheese, a whole mess of dehydrated onions, and then of course to eat all of that, I got a consistent classic, the long-handled titanium spoon. This thing is great. This is definitely nothing special, but there's also nothing wrong with it. These things are all essentially identical, and this one was extremely affordable from Temu, and it works like a champ. Into our dehydrated mashed potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and put some water, and we're just going to keep eyeballing this. Now you can see that it's starting to come together. We don't want it super pasty, we want it a little thin, because I'm going to add other ingredients to it. Here goes the onions, tons of dehydrated onions, crispy onion straws, cheese, and then some bacon bits, just a bit. We don't want too much in there, right, Mike? Now, that might not look exactly like the absolute most tastiest thing. Tastes great. That is awesome. That'll do. Big bag of goodness. We got a vanilla chai tea. And then the rest of the banana flask. Thought I hit record. That happens sometimes. Cheers. That is just really not bad. I don't mind that at all. Cheers. Ooh. Maybe a little strong. Goodness sakes. I forgot I didn't talk about the backpack. The backpack is from Temu as well. The backpack has this lid, which has a zipper that opens in the back. I've got all my electronics and stuff in there. Underneath the lid is a little hidden compartment, which is great. So that's a little extra storage. In the back of the backpack is a little hydration bladder. Now, this is a frameless backpack. That means like it will just bend up on itself. There's no frame holding it. This is a choice that some people make. Some people like frameless. Some people like a frame. The frameless backpack is lighter because it doesn't have a frame. I actually just take a plastic cutting board and I just slide it in that hydration sleeve, and it gives me just enough structure to where I feel like I can carry it comfortably on my back. I've got 2 side straps, a mesh pocket on either side for your water bottles. And then it does have a compartment at the bottom where you can access your sleeping bag, but it's permanently separated. So there's a piece of material that doesn't open. If you want it all one continuous thing, which some people do, some people don't, if you do want it that way, all you'd have to do is just cut that piece of material out, no big deal. And then it's got this back 2 compartments, one at the top where you can put all kinds of stuff, which I have, and then one kind of like more in the center, and that's a vertical zip, and that's where I was keeping my water filtration stuff. So, oh yeah, and then 2 straps at the bottom where you can carry something, and I've been carrying the foam mat right there. I really like this backpack. I've used this backpack on non-Temu trips because I just think it's a solid backpack. It works great for a couple nights out on the trail. You know, I was sitting on a forest road last night, and I was thinking about this trip that I had planned, and I had a couple nights carved out for it, and I was going to do 12 or 13 miles, and I always bite off more than I can chew. I always do that, and I thought instead of trying to be overly ambitious, let's just do an easy one night or something I know I can do, and kind of regret not taking a longer trip, to be honest. I feel great. I think this is something I can definitely do, and like to carve out some time to do some longer trips in the future. So this has been fun. I've really enjoyed this, but I really got to hit the hay. I will see you guys in a flash. Good night.
Good morning. I really am always just kind of surprised by what a good night's sleep I get on such an inexpensive pad and air mattress. Each time I've camped with this particular setup. Now for breakfast today, I was able to actually get everything into the bag, so I don't have any extra stuff that needs to be mixed in. I can just add water directly to this. So this is instant oatmeal, sliced almonds, and then some freeze-dried strawberries and bananas that I got from the grocery store. Not too shabby, huh? Okay, well, I'm a little bit lost here.
trying to get back on the trail, but I cannot find it. This is just, might kind of look like a trail, but this is not a trail. I am up on the side of a giant hill, the huge boulder behind me. I can't go any further that way. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna get the heck out of here. And I came up that hill right there. It's pretty ridiculous. Whew. All right, well, I'm back at the car. That was a very interesting trip there because I actually had to backtrack and go all the way back the way I came because I just couldn't find the trail. But that was definitely interesting. Well, that is definitely another one for the books. Maybe we'll do something a little longer next time. Big shout out to each and every one of you. You all make it possible for me to do this. If you liked what you saw today and you want to see more, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that banana. We're going to catch you on the next one, everybody. Bye now.